today we're going to be looking at how you answer your crime and punishment paper, and we're going to start with question 1. Okay, so question 1 will always have 2 sources that you need to look at. You need to make sure that you refer to both of these sources in your answer. There are 4 marks for this question, and you need to make sure that you're making an inference about the sources and you're referring to your own knowledge. Most important, as with every single question on this paper, is to think about the change. So for this question, you need to think about how police uniforms changed by looking at the picture and by looking at the modern written source. You also need to make sure that you look at the provenance on the sources. This will tell you where the sources come from, and this will give you vital information for thinking about how you're going to write your answer. Okay, so the question that we're looking at is what can you learn from sources A and B about changes in police uniform? So if we box the action words on that, that means what can you learn? Literally, what do the sources show you? Then we need to underline the key words that we're going to be using, okay? So this is how police uniforms changed. You literally, to answer this question, need to look at how sources A and B show you that police uniforms have changed. Okay, so let's see what the examiner sees when they're going to mark your answer. First of all, you need to make sure that you have used the sources. You can't get into that level 2, so you can't get more than 2 marks if you don't make reference to the sources. The other thing you need to make sure you do is talk about the change. Again, if you make a really basic statement about the change, as you'll see here, it says that you get a level 1. So that is 1 to 2 marks. And although that's helpful, that's not really what we want. For this question, we want 3 or 4 marks, so we need to make sure that we refer to the sources in our answer. Think about that PEE paragraph structure. You need to make sure that you're saying something about the change and supporting it with evidence from the sources. Okay, so here's an example of a model answer that you can pause the video and read if you want to. One thing I would say is that this answer starts with a discussion of the sources. The very best answers start with a description of the change and then use the sources to support it.